Hello, YouTube. What's going on? It's been a while for me since I've done any videos. Out here tonight on my front porch. Smoking some Warhorse Green in a Missouri Meerschaum Bent Emerald. Lighting is not the best out here because the hi-hat's over here. But give you my thoughts on Warhorse Green. I got interested in the Warhorse bar and the Warhorse Green years ago when they first came back out. At the time, I was kind of obsessing over plugs. I thought they were the neatest thing since sliced bread. I only got into pipe tobacco around 2016, 2017, right in between 2016, 2017. And for that first year, I was kind of struggling with the idea of whether or not I continue to pursue my endeavors with smoking pipe tobacco or not. I used to be a cigarette smoker. Smoked cigarettes for about 20 years. Finally kicked the habit February of 2014. A couple of years went by. Saw a video of a guy on YouTube out in the woods, pulled out a pipe, started smoking it. Brought back all my memories of when I was growing up. My grandfather smoked a pipe. My neighbor down the block, he smoked a pipe. I always loved the smell of pipe tobacco. So I thought I'd give it a shot. Not realizing the amount of work and research that goes into starting up the hobby. Because for me it was more of a hobby back then than it was so much of a lifestyle that it is now. Anyway, it was getting to a point where I had to make a decision. You know, do I continue to put in the effort to get through the learning curve, regardless of how long it takes to come to enjoy pipe smoking, or do I just give it up before I had invested any more money or time into the hobby? So I kind of stepped away from it for a couple of months. Then I wound up having a pipe and then smoking another pipe, and then decided, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna do what it takes to enjoy this. I really enjoy this. It was something that just meant a lot to me. The nostalgia of it, the enjoyment of it. You know how it goes. I had remembered a story my father told me of when he was in the service. And they had a sergeant that he said the guy chewed plug tobacco and never spit it out. I didn't know what the hell plug tobacco was. So after having remembered that story, I started researching what's plug tobacco. And I started seeing what it was. And I thought that was the coolest thing. Pressing the tobaccos, making it into a hard, dense plug, all that good stuff. I'd seen some photos of some original Warhorse bar plugs from back in the day when Gallagher's was manufacturing it. They actually used to press the word Warhorse right into the plug. It was really cool looking. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. The version we have today, of course, is nothing like that. But apparently the tobacco profile and the flavoring is all very similar. But I knew it was a strong blend, being a Virginia Burley primarily. With a topping that nobody wanted to discuss in the beginning, that we all came to find out was basically like an anise licorice topping. Obviously the first one I tried was Warhorse Bar, the red tin. And I enjoyed it. I like some Virginia Burleys. All dark fired, stuff like that. I smoked through that first tin pretty consistently. It probably took me about a month or so to go through it, with having other stuff in between here and there. And I remembered I really enjoyed that licorice top note and the flavor also. A couple of years went by. They had since come out with the Warhorse Green. And I think they had the Ready Rub also. So I decided to get another tin of the red and one of the green, since the primary difference between the two is the green just has more of a top note added to it, apparently. But I'll be honest, when I got those two tins, and this was a couple of years ago, back in 2022, I ordered the two fresh tins, one of the red, one of the green. I opened both of them up at the same time just to compare how much more of a top note was in the green as opposed to the red. And honestly, I didn't think the green had that much more of a top note added to it. Everything else was pretty much exactly the same straight across the board. The flavor, how it burned, how it prepared, everything. what I had forgotten about in the couple of years in between the first time I had tried Warhorse Bar to the time I had reordered it and then tried it again, was just exactly how strong it was. If you're like me and you're a little susceptible to the nicotine, this could wind up kicking you in the ass if you're not careful. I'm probably puffing away on this more aggressively than I should be just because I'm making this video. But it's a long day, did a little bit of yard work. I had a nice meal for dinner with the family, and I was going to put together a different video for the train club stuff that I do, but I decided I wanted to just relax and have a pipe. And it's pretty pleasant outside, so I figured, you know, it's been a while since I've had any of the Warhorse. Maybe I'll have a bowl of that. I'll usually take the plugs out of the jar, and I'll usually almost like cube cut it to process it. But tonight I just broke off a couple of small pieces and rubbed it out. Packed it a little bit loose just so that the flow will be nice and it will burn consistently. So far, so good. To me, there's just something about that anise licorice topping. I enjoy it. I never cared for licorice or black licorice anyway when I was growing up as a kid, but as an adult I came to actually enjoy the flavor of old-fashioned black licorice. And apparently it was pretty popular as a topping for a lot of different blends back in the day. Bengal Slices is another blend that has a very similar anise semi-licorice type of a top note to it. And I like that blend a lot also. I think I've got about 5 tins of that in my cellar right now, along with 4 of the Fusiliers ration. I'm not an expert, but if I had to say, based on the look of the plug, I'm thinking there's probably a little bit more of a percentage of burley than there is Virginia in the Warhorse plugs. I'll see if I can put some images of it up over here somewhere. I had gone through about half a tin of the red from the time that I had bought it. An old friend of mine who lives upstate from me, wanted to get back into pipe smoking, so I sent him a whole box of goodies to sample, and tossed in the other half of the Warhorse bar. He liked it. Been pretty busy this summer. A lot of different projects going on. Haven't had time to really make videos. I'll be putting one together tomorrow for the train stuff. Any of you is interested in O-scale model railroading, head over to Wilson Junction. Been starting to post videos of some past club events that we've done, and some that are gonna be coming up. Looking forward to the cooler weather and the holidays coming up the end of this year. I want to order some holiday blends. One that I've had, a couple that I haven't had. I've got about, 1 or 2 bowls left of Sleepy Hollow from 2020. In 2020, I had ordered 4 ounces of Sleepy Hollow from Strauss Tobacconist. But autumn comes and goes pretty quickly, so unless you smoke that stuff straight through, for someone like me, it tends to last a long time. I'll probably order 8 ounces this time. Be interested to see how long that lasts me. I smoke it primarily during the autumn months because it's that type of a seasonal blend. But between Autumn Evening, Sleepy Hollow, 1 or 2 blends that I make with the Autumn Evening, and Sutless Maple Walnut is another one I like in the fall. Takes me a while to go through the Sleepy Hollow all on its own. I actually did have a bowl of it a week or 2 ago. Still just as good as from when I bought it. So I'll be looking to pick up some more Sleepy Hollow this fall. I would also like to try the Wenceslas from Strauss Tobacconist this year too. I'm interested in maybe purchasing some figgy pudding from the Country Squire for a holiday blend. I'm not sure what Cornell and Deal is putting out for Christmas this year. Last year it was Golden Days of Yore. Still got a little over half the tin left of that from last year. Found a tin of, excuse me, found a tin of We Three Kings at my brick and mortar. I picked that up, so I'll be cracking that open sometime soon. I've been trying to finish up blends that have been getting low inside the small little jars that I have, so that I can pop open some fresh tins. So I'll have some videos coming up in the future, some tin openings. I picked up Two Friends English Chocolate. I've got that to open up. We Three Kings. Also picked up a tin of Sutliff Great Outdoors. I'm interested to check that out. That supposedly has an anise slash vanilla topping to it, at least on the tin note. Most of the reviews I've seen, they don't really mention the anise being so much as a flavor that you taste. You tend to taste more of vanilla, but I don't know, we'll check it out. I'll crack that open pretty soon. Maybe I'll do a video of that. Maybe not. I think there's plenty of videos of people that have opened up and done videos on that blend from Sutliff. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments which tin I should open up. We Three Kings, the Outdoors blend from Sutliff, English chocolate, got some Rattrays tins I'd like to pop open and try too. Highland Targe, I gotta slow down on this Warhorse bar. I'm not even halfway through this bowl yet. I can feel it's starting to hit. So, just wanted to stop in, say hello. Hope everyone's having a good summer so far. Like I said, if you're into O-scale model railroading or any kind of railroading and rail fanning and stuff like that, you can check out Wilson Junction. That's the channel I made for my modular club, the Sunrise High Railers. And that's about it. If you like Virginia Burleys and you haven't tried Warhorse Bar or Warhorse Green, I'd give it a shot. It's a little strong. It's definitely strong. I don't think they make the Ready Rubbed anymore. I think it's just Warhorse Bar and Warhorse Green now. But that's gonna do it. I think I'm already well beyond the amount of time I wanted to spend on this video. I rambled on a little too much in the beginning about some of the history into how I got interested in the plugs and stuff like that, but I hope you found it entertaining. So, until next time, have a good night, good weekend, stay safe, be good.